Sometimes he'll stop a sentence halfway through because someone else has tried to interject. What's that? Then a glower at a guest, an awkward continuation. Often, the queasy unstructure of Sunday brunch evokes a feeling of a fever dream. Simon Rimmer is grinning and whizzing up a fresh salsa. Tim Lovejoy is asking you about your favourite biscuit. Music you've never heard is playing quietly in the background. Forced laughs bounce off hard walls. 3 hours have gone by. What did you actually just watch? Recall a single detail from an episode of Sunday brunch. You can't. Your brain wipes it out the same way hormone flushes delete the horror of childbirth. It's easy to hate Tim Lovejoy, obvious even. People have been hating him for years, from Soccer AM through till now. He's a certain type of turn of the millennium man. You don't get Lovejoys anymore, do you? Bottled lager, balsamic vinegar, supporting Chelsea, those strange black trainers that don't have any details on them. And, as a totem of that, he's been a punchline object of hatred for a number of years. But I want to reiterate that he deserves all of it and more. The government should be making plans to terminate the Tim Lovejoy experiment and build a monument to say sorry about ever engaging in it. As a nation, we should apologise for him as much as we would a war crime. Though maybe, of course, the problem with Lovejoy is not with him, but with me. That I see a smeared reflection of myself in his anti-banter, his chilling awkwardness, his magnetic repulsion from charm. When I had finished that wine with my neighbour, they invited us over because apparently there'd been some problem with the bins, and I had been responsible for the long, slow descent of the bins, and they informed me they'd been dipping into my bins and sorting out all the rubbish I'd just been throwing in the bins, because that's how I thought bins work, by throwing things into them, but apparently there's a system instead. And there was a lot of bin-related chat and bin-related questions, and I was nudged to apologise regarding bin misuse by my girlfriend. But I didn't really want to, so I didn't, and it turns into this great long ice-out game of chicken, where they very much wanted me to apologise about using bins wrong for many, many months on end, and I very much did not want to use the hard S sorry about a very minor bin infraction, and the mood in the room started to swell like a bubble, and when we finally got through that frost, I made small talk in their living room about a painting, and I said, isn't it weird the paintings you get in these rented flats, sort of soulless little pastorals made by someone with no talent and no joy? And then they said, oh, we don't rent our flat, we bought it. And I said, oh. And then they said, of course my mother painted that. And I said, oh, again. And they informed me that their mother had recently died. And I said, yeah, But fair dues must be given to me because it really was a tawdry little excuse for a watercolour. I've been told in the past by long-term editors of this fun weekly column that I'm not allowed to be overly negative or make bodily threats against the people I'm reviewing the TV shows of, ever since that thing with Robbie Savage, so I must fold away my hatred for Tim Lovejoy, stuff it in a tiny dark box within me, metabolise it like a pellet of poison. The man has no business being on television, but then neither has Eamon Holmes. Look how long we've had to put up with him. Britain, it seems, is a country that deserves joyless TV presenters to ruin the landscape of their mornings. This country is addicted to bad things. We love the taste of the boot, we hate the vibrancy of youth, and we actively revel in how grey and mediocre our weather is. And Sunday brunch is just another 3-hour punishment we feel we must endure. I welcome the day I won't have to know who Tim Lovejoy is anymore, but I fear it will not come soon. Until then, I must watch him. But at least I'm allowed to loathe him. 0 stars. This phone call from my editor. I was at Stratford Westfield to escape the outer reaches of my insanity when the phone rang in my hand. The Instagram video I was watching was a man building a tent out of a cardboard box, then watching morosely from underneath it as it melted down to pulp. He kept saying, it's not working, it's not working. Weeks previously, he'd made a video announcing his divorce. Close viewers of his videos, me, the guys on the forums, sort of saw that one coming. Something within him had changed lately, broken and dropped. Plus, he was eating way more strange grey meat from tinned cans, which is never a good sign. Joel? It's Griff, the voice said. Okay. From The Guardian. Yeah, I know. Oh, and why wouldn't you say hello? I thought about it. Don't know. What's up, Griff? What I love most about Stratford Westfield, although it does apply to most megamalls, it just so happens that this one is closest to my house, is that once you enter it via the DLR, train or tube, you cease to become a person anymore. You become completely an unperson, a sort of roving customer, constantly pressed with samples of oud and beard oil.